Welcome back to Asgard, and welcome to the very first episode of our new TerraFirmaPunk modded Minecraft Let's Play series. If you don't know, TerraFirmaPunk is on Feed the Beast launcher under third-party packs, and it's basically like a steampunk-based pack with very big changes from like your standard modded Minecraft experience. For starters, your general power is gone. There's no RF or any of that. Your main power sources is going to be steam power and also gears. You can use gears and build like a power system based on that. However, when you first start, it's going to be very, very difficult. It is very different from normal modded Minecraft in that it's got really tough mods like Lycanites mobs and infernal mobs. Also, the standard vanilla, punch a tree, get wood, make wood tools, all that's gone. So we'll get into that once we get into the world here. I am going to start the series because it's looking like my Divergent series is not going to get back up and running anytime soon. I'm still having issues with the bug. If you've been watching that series, you're probably familiar with it from the last episode there. I still can't get that chunk fixed, and now it's happened in an additional chunk near that one, so yeah, it just keeps getting worse. So we'll just call it to Asgard Let's Play. Alright, and that looks good. Alright, and just a heads up, when you start this pack you only have 5 lives, so you can get lives from doing quests and stuff like that, but right out the gate you're limited to your 5 lives. So if you die, it's game over after that point. So you need to be aware of that. Also, making a bed, stuff like that, all those recipes are gone. You can eventually make a bed, but not for quite a ways into the game. You can actually make a almost like a bed, but all it's going to do is set your spawn point. It's like a hay, like sleeping area, but you can't actually sleep through the night until you get to where you can make like a proper bed. So alright, and like I said, the standard punching and getting wood and all that's gone, so I will show you how to do it. But you have a quest book here. I'll go ahead and read through it. It says, welcome to the TerraFirmaPunk quest log. It's been over a century since the end of the Great War. No one really knows how it started. Some will blame our technology, that we advanced too fast, that we reached too high and dug too deep. What I do know is that during the Great War, the very earth was wounded. The evidence is everywhere for your eyes to see. Black pools of some foul liquid pour forth, poisoning the land and the sea, and worse. Horrid evil creatures lay in wait in the dark places of the world, while the dead walk the land at night. For anyone who finds this book, it should serve as a basic guide to help you survive in what is left of our harsh world. There is a typo there. It says basic guild, but I believe it's supposed to be guide. But anyway, if you notice, we got our 5 lives there. And when you first start out, there's 10 different tabs here for quests, but we only have the survivalist unlocked. The first things that they're going to want us to do is collect sticks and stone. And then they have some other kinds of rock here that they want us to collect, as we go. But we're mainly going to focus on this sticks and stone. So the way it's set up, these rocks are actually laying on the ground, and so you can go around and just right-click to collect them. And so we'll gather up a decent little amount of rocks here to get us started. And we also need sticks, which are also laying on the ground as well. So the quest wants us to get 10 to get started with. So we'll do that really quick. And we're mainly, there we go. We're not finding a whole lot of sticks in this forest here. Oh, we found small galena. Oh, getting kind of choppy here. It may be due to the better foliage. If you notice, the leaves are really leafy, and we're in kind of a dense forest here. I'm hoping it'll load up here in a second. If it keeps up, I may disable that from the pack, because it is a little bit intensive when I'm recording. So let's see. Not finding much in the way of sticks. Alright. I still need 4 sticks to finish out that quest. Well, I'll tell you what, we can actually punch these leaves and get sticks as well, so we'll just do that. That might be a better option for us. Okay, so we have enough sticks now. And we'll go ahead and let's just get the claystone rock. That's fine. So the next quest, they're going to want us to make some basic tools: an axe, a shovel, a hoe, and a hammer. Now, these are... Oops. What do I want to search to pull this up? Basically, these are crafted very, very different. If you open up the recipe here, you'll notice it has this weird interface, and it says knapping. What you're going to do is you're just going to take, as long as you have 2 rocks on you, hold them in your hand, and then just right-click there, and then you can shape the rock based on how the recipe wants it done. So, for example, this gets us the axe. The shovel is just like that. So let's make one of those. Oh, I messed it up. And if you mess it up, it does just waste the rocks. So there we go. And then the hammer is just like that. So if you hit R to sort your inventory, it sorts it all up here. It's kind of weird, so just be aware of that. Alright. And then lastly, the hoe is crafted like this. And there we go. That gets all of our tools. Now we have to turn them into the actual tools. So all you got to do is use a stick. And, you know, it's shapeless. No, it isn't. I lied. I thought it was shapeless, but it's not. So we'll get our hammer, our hoe, our shovel, and our axe. Alright. So we can claim a reward here. We're going to go ahead and get the banana. Basically, now that we've got some food, we can cover food. When you're playing this pack, you're not going to be able to starve to death. So that's not really an issue that you're going to have to worry too much about. But what it does is, as that green bar there is your hunger, as it depletes, your maximum health is going to go down. So, you know, when we first started, we had 1,000 health max, and then it'll slowly go down as we, you know, get more and more hungry. But there's also an additional thing that you have to keep in mind is there is nutrition levels. So instead of just eating whatever you want to, you're going to want to check in this tab right here, and you notice you have a fruit, vegetable, grain, protein, and dairy bars, and you want to keep those all up in order to keep maximum nutrition value or whatever. And as those deplete, your maximum health depletes. So at worst case scenario, you'll get down to 50 health max, which means pretty much anything in the game is going to insta-kill you. Even like falling a short distance, or just getting hit by a zombie or whatever is going to insta-kill you. So you kind of want to pay attention to that. But the next quest we had was to get a bit of wood, 20 pieces of wood, so we did complete that. And we'll pick the maple sapling. So we'll check and see what our reward bag has. Hopefully something good. Oh wow, that's not too bad. Copper shovel there. So we will definitely take that. We'll hold on to it for now, for using it later on down the road. So they want us to make some weapons. They want us to make a stone knife and a stone javelin. Those are crafted in the same way as, our tools were. Let's see. So you're going to want to make this stone javelin head. And this recipe, the way I remember it, is 3, 4, 5, and then 3, 1 centered. And let's see. 3, 4, 5, 3, 1. And that'll get us the stone javelin. And eventually we'll make a bunch of these because they're very, very useful. As kind of like an early ranged weapon. And then the knife, you actually get 2 of these per craft. And it's just crafted like that. In the same way. So, alright, now that we have that, we can go ahead and turn them into tools. And this stone knife, you can actually use it as you have, the longer you have your food, it'll start actually kind of rotting on you. And you can use the knife to actually cut away some of the decay and make your food last a little bit longer. Oh, I keep doing that. And sorting my inventory up into this. It drives me insane that it does that. Okay. So next up on our list, well, we'll go ahead and get the seaweed. I got the calamari the first time I started just testing around in this pack, and I discovered that you can't actually eat that until you cook it. So, that's not great. Actually, that lemon tree sapling isn't bad. The rotten flesh, but we'll be able to grow some lemons, so that's nice. Monster Hunter, they want us to kill 20 zombies. That'll be a little ways off because the zombies aren't a joke at all. Some of them have like 2,500 HP and stuff. So this quest here to make the cobblestone wall, we will not be able to do this yet because you have to actually get a bigger crafting grid, and we're not ready to do that yet. They want us to cook a medium pork chop. If we see any pigs, we'll try to kill them, but right now, I haven't seen any. Oh, I missed some wood there. Alright, so let's run over here. They want us to get a bit of clay, 20 pieces, and then 5 goldenrod seeds. Now the way you're going to be able to find clay is it's still in bodies of water, but you're going to be looking for these goldenrod plants that are sticking up out of the water, because I don't believe that you're going to find clay around in the ocean, because it's not going to form in salt water. So you're mainly looking for freshwater bodies of water, like this little pond over here is what we're kind of looking for, and we're looking for goldenrod flowers. Alright. Yeah, I may end up having to turn this foliage mod off because it's just, I don't have the best computer in the world, and it's not agreeing with my computer very well. Alright, let's take a look over here maybe. Yeah, still no goldenrods. Okay, yeah, let me cut camera real quick. I'm gonna go take the better foliage off, and hopefully that's gonna fix the this like lag issue that I'm having. So I'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. I ended up just turning down the draw distance because I couldn't even find the mod option to remove it. Like better foliage, I didn't see it listed on there. But anyway, I think that fixed it. I just turned it down a little bit to like 9 chunks. It was on 14 for some reason. So, but those bushes, if you see those little bushes, they're not very big. They're kind of low down on the ground. But go ahead and break those because you'll actually be able to replant those. And the bushes in this game, they're only going to give... Oh, I broke my my axe, and it's getting dark, so we need to find some kind of a shelter here. But the bushes are only going to give berries during certain seasons. For example, the snowberry. Oh, well, we can't see it here, but I believe it gives produces fruit in the spring, I think. But well, we found a big structure here. There's a lot of exploration to do in this pack. So there's a spawner down there, I see. Alright. Oh god. Let me actually turn up the brightness just because I imagine it's probably pretty dark for you guys. We've got a guy outside who doesn't look terribly friendly. Yeah, Upper Goblin Knight. And of course we have those spiders down there. Basically this place is not super friendly for us. I was hoping to find an area that, you know, we could semi-work in, but I just don't feel comfortable there. So let's head on. Your first few nights, like until you get to like metal and stuff like that, you're not going to want to fight. You're going to want to try to avoid stuff as best you can. Now see, these are early autumn to late autumn. They produce berries, so we're going to grab those. And if you're ever curious, well, it's going to show you. I'm pretty sure that's probably a wither cap because this pack does have Ender Zoo, so also be aware of that. No Ender IO, but we do get Ender Zoo, so. But you can check here your calendar to see, you know, it's early summer right now. It's got a day, a date, and everything. So let's head on. I believe that's our goldenrod flowers right here. Yeah, so that means there's clay near here. That's what that means. So let's dig this up. This is all clay. If you notice, the clay can get covered in grass, so I actually need to break these because when you break the ground below them, it doesn't break the flower, and we do need a few of these for the quest. So, but we're gonna want, as soon as you find clay, go ahead and gather quite a bit of it because you're definitely gonna need it. Because we're going to use it to make all kinds of pottery and different things that, for example, like a ceramic jug so that we can carry water around and, you know, stuff like that. So we do want quite a bit of this. And I'm actually going to go ahead and mark it on the map, so if we do need more, you know, we can come back and get more here. I'm just going to go ahead and use up all the durability on this shovel, just to get as much clay as we can, without being here, you know, just farming it, because we don't have anything set up for like a long-term base or anything yet. And in this pack, generally at the beginning, you're going to be fairly nomadic, from my experience. So, Alright, so we got quite a bit of clay, actually. So we should have enough to... We actually... Oops. Trying to... There we go. Oh, we fall through the leaves. Oops. Okay. I'd like a semi-safe area. Alright, so we should have finished the quest to get the clay now. So we'll go ahead and get our reward. We'll take the... we'll just take the strawberries. Sounds good. Now they want us to start doing pottery. Get 4 ceramic vessels, 4 ceramic jugs, and 4 ceramic bowls. Now if you notice, he has 5,000... Oh, shit! Oh my god. This is bad. Oh my god, there's monsters everywhere. And... Oh my god, that was terrible. Oh, we got big Yeti creatures, and I think I might have just looked at an Enderman. Not entirely sure. Yeah, something is coming after us, I think. Oh my god. Now, if you notice, oh shit, we got spiders that way. If you notice, this pack is very, very dangerous. So, but anyway, while we're running through here, one thing that you can do is you can break grass with a knife and you will get straw. So, definitely something that you want to gather, because we're going to need it, you know, here before too long. That's another one of those structures, but I don't really feel safe there. I don't feel safe anywhere. I'll tell you what we're going to do. Best thing to do, probably, if you're in this situation, is just use logs and build a little area around you. You can't put a log on the roof, just a heads up, because everything's affected by gravity, and you will... the log will just fall on you if you try to do that. So, also your health will regenerate by itself slowly as long as you have over 25% of your hunger filled. But we are going to eat just a little bit here, get our hunger up, and get our health regenerating a little bit quicker. Alright. Oh, why did I do that? Alright. But yeah, at the beginning you don't want to try and stand and fight or any of that, because you will just get destroyed when you try to fight the mobs. So, and some of the food you'll be able to eat a little bit extra of, because if you notice, it has an amount listed there. Stuff doesn't stack, but it basically adds together and creates so many ounces of food that you can carry. So you'll eat so many ounces at a time, depending on the food. So, but alright, let's go ahead and we'll go ahead and start doing some pottery real quick. So we want to make ceramic bowls, ceramic jugs, and ceramic vessels. So, alright, the ceramic jug, we're going to need to make a clay jug. So that is the setup for it. Basically, it's going to take 5 clay, and we're going to craft it the same way we did the knapping. So for the ceramic jug, we need to fill in this area here, there, like that, and then 3 down there, and then 1 in the middle. Oh wait, what? There we go. That'll get us the clay jug. And then we'll do it again, because the quest wants us to get 2 of them. So we'll go ahead and craft 2 of these. Now they're not finished yet, because we're going to have to fire them. So we will do that in a second once the sun comes up, and once you know, we have everything else crafted up. So The vessel, you're just going to need to fill in the corners there. So we'll go ahead and do that. And once again, we're going to want 2 of these. And they don't stack, so. And then the ceramic bowl, this is actually going to craft 2 at a time. And you're just going to fill in everything except for that little bowl shape down there at the bottom. So basically we're going to leave that area there. And that'll get us our ceramic bowls. Now, the ceramic bowls, you're going to use that to make salads and stuff. So we'll get into that once we actually are in a situation that we can make salads. But we don't have the materials and stuff for that. Alright, let's get us another axe here. Also worth noting that no, it only gave us 1. Anyway, it's also worth noting that well, one second, I had a mind blank there. Oh, you're not going to be able to craft just your standard crafting table, just like you know, you can't make planks of wood just by, say, putting in a log. It doesn't do anything. What we're going to have to do is we're actually going to have to make a saw. So it's going to take a little while before we'll actually be able to even make a crafting table. Oh my god, there's still monsters everywhere. Oh man. That's the worst thing about being in like a dense forest like this, is the fact that there are mobs everywhere. And if we run into another zombie like we did earlier, that could be pretty bad news. So, alright. So now that we're over here, let's cover how to start a fire and use a fire and stuff. Now, what you're going to have to do is first, let's go ahead and dig up this dirt. And then we're going to have to make a fire starter. And, well, there it is. If you notice, it's just 2 sticks together. Not too bad. My inventory is kind of bad right now. So let's throw that down. Get ourselves a fire starter. And then the next thing that we're going to want to do is take, if we want to fire these, we're just going to take, say, the clay vessel, and there we go. Shift right click it down, and it'll sit there on that block, and then we can actually put up to 4 items on that at once, unless they're like large items, which we'll get into those later. And then what you can do, what is that? Okay. Anyway, you can throw some hay down on it, or do you shift right click it? I can't remember. Okay, no. We'll throw some hay down on there, and then some logs, I believe. No. Okay. Give me 1 second. Let me figure out. I can't remember what order and stuff you do this stuff in, so I will be right back. Alright, I'm back. Yeah, I almost had it. If we just take this straw, we have to have 8 pieces, then just right click, and notice the straw goes down. We're going to fill it up to 8 of 8, and then we're going to do the same thing with logs. It requires 8 logs. And then once we get that set, then we can just hold right click with the fire starter, and then let that start burning. And it is going to take it just a minute, so while it's cooking, we'll go ahead and collect some sticks and stuff. And also we'll take a look here. We finished this quest for the fire starter. But actually I'm going to hold off on collecting the reward just because we don't need the coal right this second. And, you know, we don't have a whole lot of inventory space right now. So I'm actually going to dig out another pit right here because we have some more pottery that we need to cook, and so we'll want to get that cooking. Go shift right click, and let's go ahead and actually make a few more bowls, because that's something, once we get to where we're using them, we're going to need a bunch of these because they are consumed when you eat the salad. So we'll get that set, and then we'll fill this out, and then lastly there. And this, you'll want to hold it like a bow, and sometimes it doesn't get it on the first try, so it might take you a couple tries to get the fire started. And if it is raining or snowing, the fire will not start. So you want to if it's raining or snowing, get underneath a tree or something, but you won't be able to, start your fire just out in the open there. So these do take a minute to burn, but we'll get a few more logs here. Alright, and actually let's take a look. They want us to make jack-o'-lanterns, 10 of those, and so we'll cover actually the fire system. The way that you're going to set up a fire in this pack is you're just going to take and throw a couple logs down on the ground. How many is it? I can't recall. I believe it's like 4. Yeah. Okay. Or is it? Okay. I think it's 4, and then we're going to use our fire starter on it. And see, it makes a fire pit. And then what you can do is you can actually take, and if you open up the GUI here, you can put logs in there, and it'll burn logs to build up the heat level. And then what you can do is you can take some of your sticks and say throw them in the fire there and make your torches that way. And another way that you can make torches that's a little bit quicker, but it'll only make one at a time, is you can throw down a torch and then just right click it with a stick, and that will make one torch at a time. But we're better off doing the 2 at a time recipe here. I think we're only going to need that 1 log. And you can actually cook your food and stuff this way. And when you cook food, no, we can't cook rotten flesh. But when you cook food, you kind of want to pay attention to it, because if it cooks too long, the food won't be as good. So you have to kind of balance it between how cold and how hot the food gets, which we'll cover that once we start getting into meat and stuff. But I haven't really seen any passive creatures as of yet, so but yeah, we'll cover that once we get some meat to cook and everything. But I'm going to cut camera really quick, and I will come back once our pottery is done being fired. Alright, welcome back. I kind of hid out for the night. If you notice, I have no hunger and no thirst left. And I have this Minotaur punk right here, so we're just going to kill him. And kind of cheese him, but that's okay. By the way, the javelin, if you want to use that, it's not ideal in this situation because it's more of a ranged weapon, but you can hold it back like a bow and then release it and then pick it back up. And if you notice, it took some durability damage, but it only takes durability damage if it hits something like an enemy. If it just hits like a wall or something, it's not going to take any of that damage. But I got the first batch of pottery done. The rest of it was still cooking when nighttime hit, and so I had to go find shelter. We're going to make our way over. There's some water nearby, and the reason we're moving so slow is because we're thirsty. So we're going to try and get our thirst fix back up, and you know, at least get that taken care of. The food is still kind of an issue. I imagine next episode we'll be looking into hunting and start looking into like how you level the butchery skill and whatnot. And then probably between that episode and this one, I'll spend some time setting us up a little bit better of a base to kind of call home. Now, one thing to note about mob spawning in this pack is that not water? Is that just a ravine? Man, I hope not. I really need water. By the way, this is copper nuggets. You're going to want to collect those whenever you find them, because that looks like a lot of copper. I'm going to mark it, actually. To get metal and stuff, you're not going to be able to make a pick until you have copper to make a pick with. So initially you're going to have to collect your metals by finding these nuggets and stuff on the ground. And there's also something that you can craft called a gold pan. So you can kind of like pan for metals and stuff, which we'll cover all that you know, maybe next episode or the one after. The main thing, the main priority in this pack is just getting to where you can survive and have food and whatnot. So, alright. We're almost to some water. Now initially you're just going to have to drink straight from, you know, a water source. Eventually there'll be better ways to go about that, but just make sure whenever you're drinking water that you're not drinking salt water. So make sure it's a freshwater area. Okay. So we can actually, no, it's the jug. You know, we can actually gather water like that and then drink it from the jug like that. And it won't destroy the jug or anything, so we'll get some water to take with us. And I don't think, yeah, the vessel doesn't store water. So, see, now we can actually move a bit quicker and we can sprint. Sprinting is basically just based on your thirst instead of your hunger this time. So, let's see. You know, that down there actually wouldn't be terrible to set up a base in. Alright. But yeah, I marked where our pottery was located, so but just as a side note, a couple things that are in this pack. For one, there's better moving. For starters, when you swim, it actually looks like you're swimming instead of like floating, standing up while you're in the water. But you can also double tap left and right, and you can kind of do like a dash to the left or right to avoid attacks and stuff too. So, but alright, so our pottery is done now. I have such an issue with inventory right now. Let's throw down tell you what, there we go. And then we can just shift right click to collect these, and we're still gonna need more space. I'll come back and get those later off camera. But the bowls do stack. The vessels and the jugs do not stack, so you will need space for those. And of course right now we're not able to craft a chest and stuff because if you notice, like a chest, well, not a trap chest, the oak chest from TerraFirmaPunk, see, it takes the oak lumber. To get that, we're actually going to have to get a saw. So I'm hoping that we can get that covered next episode, cover that and hunting, but we'll see. We'll see how far we get. Just as a side note and a heads up, right here you do have skills. So your butchering, your prospecting, all that stuff has a skill level in this pack. And when you start, like, if I went out and I killed an animal right now, since my butchery skill hasn't leveled at all, it's very likely that I'm not going to get, you know, just a ton of meat out of it. I'm going to get very minimal meat. But the more that I kill animals and do more and more hunting, the better my butchery skill is going to get, and so the more meat that I'll get when I harvest those animals. So you kind of have to work your way up, and it is really hard starting out in this pack. I'm actually very happy that we didn't die today, because like I said, this pack is fairly tough. But yeah, I think that's going to be it for this episode, though. Next episode, like I said, I don't know why these are not wanting to load there. But next episode we will cover hunting and hopefully get into metal and get a saw and a crafting table and some of that stuff set up then. So if you've enjoyed this episode, please comment, like, subscribe, share it with your friends. It's very, very much appreciated. Also, a side note, this right here is actually a roguelike dungeon from the mod Roguelike Dungeons. If you're not familiar with them, basically it's multiple floors of dungeon there, and as you progress it gets more difficult, but the loot gets better and stuff as well. So we'll end up taking that on at some point, but not yet. But yeah, anyway, until next episode, take care, and I will see you then as we try to make life a little bit easier in this pack. So I hope you'll join me for that. So, but anyway, have a good one, and I will see you then.